Hello, Liz. Can we talk? It's about my birthday party next week.
Oh, hello, Mother. Sure, no problem. So, we're doing another birthday party again this year?
Yes, of course we are. We do it every year. I plan on ordering a catering service from that French restaurant downtown. All of my friends and relatives will be invited. We'll have a wonderful home party. We can set up a nice outdoor luncheon. It's just going to be so special.
Right.
I'm sure you and Rob will be there, right?
Do you mind if I ask you something, Mother? How much is this all going to cost?
The cost? Well, let's see. My friend who's done a lot of these parties, well, she said her party, which was pretty modest for her tastes, was something like $4,000, give or take. Guess mine will be about that much.
That's a fortune.
What? What do you mean? That's not so bad.
You do realize that if you had $4,000, you could cover your home mortgage for the next 3 or 4 months.
My mortgage? Really?
I don't want to be disrespectful concerning your birthday, but wouldn't it be better if you set aside that money to pay your monthly mortgage payments? It's a little over $1,000 a month, wasn't it? I really think you should get your priorities straight.
What are you talking about, priorities? Why do I even have to worry about that kind of thing? That's not my problem. That's something that you and Rob should be worrying about, not me. I wish you wouldn't rely on me to pay for everything.
We're not relying on you. I'm just pointing out the obvious.
Pointing out the obvious? How disrespectful of you, Liz. I'm your mother-in-law, for God's sake.
Are you serious?
Oh, please, Liz. There is just no use talking to you. I'm going to talk to my son, Rob, about my birthday. He understands how important it is for me. You just tell me if you can make it or not. Hello? Liz? Are you there? About that birthday party I was talking about yesterday. I was thinking, maybe I should expand it a bit. I need to invite more people. I was thinking of increasing the budget to $5,000.
Pardon me, are you serious?
Yeah, I decided to invite my yoga friends too.
So that's $1,000 more than you had planned.
That's right. You're always going on about the budget, so I figured I should tell you right away. I don't want you getting on my case later on.
Mom, are you really okay with this?
Excuse me?
Your husband is currently working overseas. Is it really a good idea to spend so much money for a birthday party? I mean, it seems a little reckless. Is it really smart for you to spend all that money? It's not as if you're super rich or anything.
How could you speak to me like that? You're really being impertinent. Your husband, my son, would never talk to me like that.
I'm just worried for you, that's all, Mother.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm not some old lady. You should be the one worrying, not me.
Excuse me? Why should I be worrying?
Don't tell me you have no idea what I'm talking about.
No, I really don't know what you're talking about. Excuse me? Well, under the circumstances, I have no financial worries.
I can't believe you. I knew you would continue to rely on me for money.
Pardon me?
I'm going to go totally bonkers talking to you. My blood just shoots up when I talk to you. You know what? I'm only going to contact you only when absolutely necessary. Just keep that in mind. See you later.
Hey, Rob, are you working? Sorry to contact you. Can we talk?
Hey, Liz. Yeah, no problem.
It's about Mom's birthday party tomorrow.
Yeah, she says she's inviting her neighbors. Said it's going to start at 6 p.m.
did you hear what the cost for the party will be?
The cost? No, haven't heard anything. Dad's overseas now, so she'll probably do it on a tiny budget.
So she hasn't told you. It seems she's going to order catering service from that French restaurant downtown. It's going to cost something like $5,000.
Wait a sec, what? $5,000? Just for a little birthday party with the neighbors? That can't be right.
It's not just neighbors, it seems. She's inviting all her yoga class members, even the instructor.
Really? But $5,000? That's way too much.
I tried mentioning the mortgage payments, but she just brushed it aside. She actually turned the tables and blamed everything on me.
Oh boy.
I don't want to be a nosy daughter-in-law and want her to have a nice birthday party, but we're not exactly having an easy time. For her to just go off and use money without thinking, I really don't know what to do.
She really should be paying off the mortgage, not having a French catering service for her birthday.
Yeah, but she won't listen to a word I say.
Nothing we can do about it now. The party is tomorrow. Even if she cancels now, they'll probably charge the full amount. The restaurant probably already prepared the food. Wouldn't look good, that's for sure. I'm the youngest of my family. She would never listen to me either. My older brothers have a lot more clout than me. On top of that, despite being the youngest, I was the first to get married. Mom wasn't too happy about that.
Yeah, I guess. I guess we have no choice. We're just gonna have to let her have her way this time.
We're both going to the party tomorrow, so let's see how things go. See how she acts. What do you say? I'll get Dad a call too.
Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea.
Alright, see you tomorrow then.
Yeah, okay. See you tomorrow.
Liz, are you there? So, you decided to come to the party with Rob?
Right. You asked me to come to the party with Rob, so here I am.
Yes. Looks are everything. We have to keep up appearances, you know. People talk. If you and Rob didn't show up, rumors start spreading. You know what I mean.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
But I want you to stay in the kitchen once the party starts. Just stay out of sight.
Excuse me? Why should I do that?
Well, because French cuisine is way too good for you. That's why.
Too good for me?
Think of it as a punishment for being disrespectful to your mother-in-law. The reason why you're such a cheapskate is because you went ahead and got that loan, paying to have $1,000 a month.
Kinda strange hearing that from you, Mother.
Well, nobody will speak up, so I will. I was against you guys buying that condo. Way over your budget.
Excuse me?
You guys don't even make that much. And you take off a loan for $1,000 a month? I warned you about that. But you want to pay off your mortgage and complain about me spending money on my birthday party? I can't believe you, Liz. How could you be so selfish?
Oh, okay. Now I'm starting to see the picture. I thought things didn't mesh. We always seem to be talking on different levels.
Anyway, the party is about to start. Get in the kitchen and stay there until everyone has gone home. Don't you dare come out until then. Or, better yet, just say you feel ill and go home. That way I don't have to worry about you peeking in every 5 minutes. Just come back later to clean up. I'll line you later on.
What am I, a maid?
Well, actually, yes. I've told all my neighbors that I'm currently disciplining our daughter-in-law to be a better housewife.
A better housewife, huh?
Stay in the kitchen for another 30 minutes, and then you can head home. I'll line you later.
I really don't know why I have to leave.
To be honest, I don't want my guests seeing a dirty maid wandering around. Just too depressing. It's my birthday after all.
Okay, if that's the way you want it, I'll stop the mortgage payment starting next month. Hope you're okay with that.
Pardon me? What did you just say?
The load payments. I will no longer pay that, just so you know.
What are you talking about? Maybe you need your head examined. It's you who will suffer if you stop the payments.
Rob says he's going home too. Have a nice party. Don't bother texting me later. I have no intention of cleaning up after you. I'm not your maid.
Yeah, whatever. Do what you have to do. Liz, pick up! Come on, Liz, pick up. I know you see this. It's about that monthly $1,000 loan. Is it true? That loan is for this house and not the condo you guys are living in? This is some kind of mistake, right?
Oh, so you heard it from someone.
Yeah, from your aunt and uncle at the party.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize they were there.
I didn't believe it at first. Thought it was some kind of joke. But this month, the bank called and said there was insufficient funds for the loan payment. That's when I realized it was all true.
That's right. I was depositing the $1,000 into you and your husband's account every month.
I see. I had no idea.
You also know why your husband's working overseas, right?
Yes, I heard. It was concerning some project he was working on. Apparently one of his staff members screwed up and the project went belly up. He took responsibility for it and was transferred to a position overseas, alone. He was forced to take a position at a factory up north for 3 years.
That's right. And his pay was slashed drastically. You know that too, right? Your husband came to me. He said he had more than 7 years left on the loan. I was working 2 jobs, so I was financially doing okay, so I agreed to help him out at least until he got back on his feet again.
Then what about that condo you live in? That's more than you can afford. You guys moved in right about the time my husband was transferred overseas. That's why I thought the loan was obviously to pay the mortgage on that condo.
The condo is owned by my uncle.
Huh? Your uncle?
I thought we explained all this to you years ago when we first moved in. My uncle thought we would have a hard time paying $1,000 a month to cover your loan, and so he allowed us to live in this condo free of charge until things worked out.
Live there free of charge?
Don't misunderstand. My uncle's family lives there too. We just have one room to ourselves, and I help with the cooking and cleaning. It's been a real help. We're living on a tight budget, no perks.
I see.
Your husband suggested that we move into that house, but I think we talked about it. You were adamantly against it, as I recall.
Oh, so that was what it was all about.
You were so insistent that whoever lives in that house had to be the eldest son and his family. Not Rob and I. Not the baby of the family. You just wouldn't allow it. I remember you banging on the kitchen table and going into hysterics. You remember that, don't you?
Did I really? Anyway, I had no idea about all of this. How was I supposed to know you guys were paying and all?
Come on. We sat down and explained everything to you. Don't you remember? Everyone was there. Rob and his brothers, your husband. I was there too. We had that family meeting in your living room. We explained everything.
I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I remember you were sort of just half listening. You really weren't interested in anything we were saying. You would only hear what you wanted to hear, like continuing to live at the house. When the talk switched to possibly helping out by working part-time, you put an end to that conversation pretty quick. You didn't want to hear about Rob and I living with you either. We just couldn't get through to you. In the end, it was Rob and I who had to make the sacrifices. But that last birthday party was the straw that broke the camel's back.
I had no idea. I really didn't.
You just refused to listen. Anyway, we talked to your husband and he gave us permission to stop the monthly payments.
Huh? Really?
If the payments are no longer possible, we're just gonna have to put it up for sale.
Pardon me? The house is going to be sold?
That's right. He really didn't want to lose the house he spent years paying for, but your husband didn't want to burden Rob and I any longer. We're still young, and we hope to someday buy a house too. Your husband decided it was no longer feasible after hearing all the stories about your antics from his sons. As for the $6,000 that I forked out, your husband said he would eventually pay me back.
This is not happening!
I heard your husband is coming back for a short visit. I'm sure he'll sit you down and explain the whole thing. So, I urge you to talk to your husband about the rest. Rob and I have nothing to do with it going forward.
Please, Liz, let's talk!
Sorry, I have no more to say. Goodbye!
But Liz, please, listen!
A few days later, her husband returned for a short visit. The family had a long talk about the current circumstances. First off, they talked about selling the house. Then the problem of the $5,000 spent on the birthday party last month. He also reprimanded her for treating me so harshly, despite my financial support. But what really shocked her was the divorce papers that he thrust on her. She was, of course, taken aback by her sudden predicament, but immediately recovered and demanded that one of her sons take her in and support her. But both her sons had already married, not to U.S. citizens, but foreign. They both moved to their wives' native countries. As for Rob and I, we moved out of our uncle's place into a new home across state lines. We had no intention of revealing our new address to her. My mother-in-law eventually landed a part-time job, but I heard she got caught stealing and was fired immediately. Last I heard, she's living on her meager savings and looking for a new job.
I can't believe he's done this, Sarah. I mean, it's been months now. How could my husband take my car and give it to his own mother? Doesn't he understand that I need to use it too?
I know, Emma. It's completely unbelievable. I mean, if he were my husband, I would have given him a piece of my mind about it all. Have you confronted him about it?
Yeah, I have. Multiple times. The first time I asked about it, he said it was a temporary arrangement and promised that his mom would return it soon. But that was months ago, and I still haven't gotten my car back. And since then, every time I even try to mention it, he just ignores me or gets super defensive about it, which always leads to an argument. I swear, every time I even think of mentioning it, he leaves the room or conveniently has to go out. It's like he can read my damn mind.
You probably have a tell or something. Like, your face probably gets all scrunched up like when you get mad or annoyed.
My face does not do that.
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of funny, to be honest.
Psst, you're lucky I like you.
Yeah, otherwise you'd be pulling that face at me.
I don't pull a face. Anyway, what should I do? I can't go much longer without my car. Trying to do chores like go grocery shopping or picking up Matthew is so much harder without being able to drive myself places. I'm having to use the bus, which is completely ridiculous. It's never on time, always crowded, and sometimes it even drives past the stop I need, or even after I've pulled the stop sign. There's one driver who I swear has it out for me. She never stops if she sees me running up to the bus, and even when I'm about to get on, she'll close the doors super fast that they almost squish me.
Huh. Well, she sounds like a right witch.
Tell me about it.
Look, in terms of your car, I think if your husband isn't willing to talk to you about it, and he keeps avoiding you, then you should go and get it back yourself.
Get it back myself?
Yeah, it's your car, so you have every right to go and get it. Your mother-in-law has no claim to it, and neither does Mark, I think. He didn't buy the car, did he?
No, it was definitely me. I signed the finance deals on it, so it's solely my property.
Well then, go and get your car back, girl. It's about time that you take it back, considering your mother-in-law has had plenty of chances and time to get her own car. She can't expect to just use yours for the rest of her life.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's been like 5 months already. I've given Susan plenty of time to sort something out for herself. If she hasn't done it by now, then it's her own fault. I need my car so that I can do everyday things. I'm fed up with carrying bags of food onto the bus only for Mark to complain that I've forgotten something, when in reality, I just couldn't carry anymore.
Well, let me know how it goes, okay? If you need backup, I'm here.
Thanks, Sar. You truly are a great friend. I'm lucky to have you. Once I have my car back, I'll even take you out for a little ride around whilst we sing terribly to our music. I've missed doing that with you.
Well, you can count me in. I've missed it too. I need to get my car karaoke on.
LOL, don't worry. It'll happen very soon.
Emma, what have you done? Why have you stolen my mom's car from her? I've literally just finished work, only to see that my mom has called me multiple times. I thought someone had died at first, but no, instead I find out that you've taken my mom's car from her. What's wrong with you?
Well, for starters, I've not stolen anything.
Then what do you call taking her car? She told me that you went around to her house, knocked on her door, and demanded that she give you her car keys. When she didn't, you simply stormed over to where they were and took them for yourself before driving off. Why would you do that?
Well, let me see. It could be because I was feeling particularly mean today and thought terrorizing your mom would be a fun way to spend my time. Or it could be because the car is actually mine. Or did you forget that? And for your information, I didn't demand that she give me the keys. And I didn't just storm in and take the keys for myself. I asked your mom calmly and very kindly if I could have my car back, as I have many things that I need to do and I need my car to get them done. She refused to give me the keys, saying that she needed the car more than I do, and she even tried to shut the door in my face. I think she's broken my toe because my foot was in the way of the door. I'm actually in the hospital at the moment to see if it's broken. Anyway, once she did that, I had enough. I did make my way into her home, but I didn't push her or anything, and I didn't take anything except for my car keys.
Well, maybe if you hadn't been acting so rude and disrespectful, you wouldn't have broken your toe.
I didn't do anything. It was your mom who was acting rude and disrespectful.
She would never do that. But even if she was, I think it's understandable considering you just taken her car keys.
They are my keys. I was the one who bought this car. I'm the one who pays the finance on it, so I am allowed to decide who gets to drive it and when I can take it back.
Are you seriously being that selfish? My mom needs that car so that she can get around because hers broke down. I told you this months ago when I first gave my mom the car.
Yes, I know that. But you also said that she would only need it for a week or two, maximum. She's had it for over 5 months now.
Well, she's not been able to find a car that she likes the look or feel of. It's a complicated thing, buying a car, you know? So the least you could do is show her a little bit of sympathy while she finds the perfect car for her.
You say that every time you give your mom something of mine. Like the sweater that I had bought myself a little while ago. Apparently, according to you, she said that she liked the sweater and so she took it for herself because, according to her, I could simply buy myself another one. Only, that sweater was a one-of-a-kind item that I had ordered for myself from a little independent shop. It cost me $70, and when I went to order myself another one, at my own cost, mind you, your mother never reimbursed me for the one she took, they were discontinued. And funnily enough, I've never seen your mom wearing that sweater at any instance that I've seen her.
You're not still going on about that sweater, are you? Look, it's just a stupid sweater. It wasn't a big deal. Besides, I don't know why you're getting so upset. You not want me to treat my mom nicely and help her out when she needs it?
Treating your mom nicely would be taking her shopping to buy her own clothes or to find a car that she can buy for herself, not giving her my things. Besides, I'm not upset that you gave her my sweater and my car. Well, I am, but I'm mainly upset that you did it without even asking me. Do you not see how that is a complete violation of my trust in you? If you're so willing to just take my things without asking and give them away, then how can I trust you with anything important to me? How will I know that you won't just give it to your mom if she decides that she likes it and that she wants it?
Well, yes, but it's my mom, so it's fine. She's a very important person to me, so I should be able to treat her to things and make her feel good, especially since my dad's death. My mom's been so sad and lonely since then, so I'll happily do anything to make sure that she cheers up and starts being happy again.
What? So you'd happily do whatever your mom asked you to, even if it meant upsetting me?
Yes, she's the most important woman in my life.
Oh my god. How could you say that? Do you not hear how horrible you sound? I mean, I get that she's your mom and all, and that she's an important person in your life. My mom is the same to me. But I'm your wife, so I should be quite important to you as well. Do you not care if I'm not happy?
Well, it's not that I don't care, but if it's between you and my mother, I'll always pick my mother. She did raise me after all.
Wow. You know what? I'm really learning a lot about you right now, and I'm not sure if I like it or not.
Well, regardless of if you do or not, you need to return the car to my mom. She needs it, so you will just have to make do without it, okay?
No. I'm not just giving your mom my car.
As your husband, you have to do what I say. And I'm telling you to give your car to my mom.
You know what? Fine.
Huh?
You heard me. Your mom can have my car.
Well, that's good.
Yep, that's just how kind I am.
Well, after how upset you made my mom earlier, it's probably best if I come by and grab the car and drop it off to her house. I don't think she'll want to see you at the moment.
That's completely understandable. You can take it to her.
Well, okay then. Good to know that you can be a good housewife and listen to your husband every now and then.
Yep, LOL.
Well, I'll be home soon then to pick up the car. Just leave the keys by the door and I'll be as quick as I can. If you're lucky, I might be able to smooth over this whole thing with my mom and we'll be able to go back to normal. Just don't go being crazy again, okay? I really can't be dealing with it and all of your moods.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll see you soon then.
See you soon.
Haha, I win.
Huh? Susan? What are you on about?
As if you don't know, I've won. I got your car. It's mine now. You thought you were so smart coming and taking it back, but all I had to do was shed a few fake tears and whine a little bit, and my son went and got it back for me. LOL. You honestly had no hope of keeping it.
Oh, that's okay. You can have it.
I don't need your permission to have the car. I know I can have it. I can have whatever I want of yours. All I have to do is ask my son to get it for me.
Yes, well, Brandon's just had a nightmare, so I need to go and calm my son down and put him back to bed. You can keep gloating if you want, but I'm not going to be able to respond as I've got much more important things to do.
You can try and act all high and mighty if you want, but we both know that you're incredibly annoyed that I've won once again. Just like with that horribly ugly sweater. Did you know that I threw that sweater away? I thought it was so ugly. I only wanted it because you had it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, why aren't you more annoyed then?
I told you, I've got more important things going on in my life than being bothered by you. I'm simply just not going to let you get to me.
Huh? Well, whatever. I don't need to rub it in anyway. I'm classier than that.
You keep thinking that.
What do you mean by that?
Nothing. You don't have to worry about it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the car. Good night, Susan.
Whatever. You'll crack eventually.
So you just gave her your car? Are you crazy? Now she's going to think she can keep messing with you no matter what.
Don't worry, Safi. I've got it all planned out. Just sit back and watch the show.
Oh, you sound devious. I look forward to seeing what you conjure up.
Hopefully it all goes to plan. I mean, I've already implemented the first part of it.
What do you mean?
Well, to officially give Susan my car, I've had to make sure that all of the paperwork is in her name as well. She needs to be the main car holder, and she has to take over all of the payments for the car too. And it's got quite a while left for the payments, considering it was a relatively new car when I bought it.
Oh wow, that's hilarious. So she's going to have to take over all of the payments?
Or have the car repossessed.
LOL, she won't be happy about that.
No, definitely not. But that's not the only thing I'm going to do.
What else do you have in mind?
Well,
Emma, why is there no food in the house? I've literally got nothing for breakfast. Have you not done any shopping recently? Also, why isn't Brandon at school? Didn't it start at like 9?
Yeah, it did. And no, I've not been shopping
Well, why not?
because I can't get to the shops.
What do you mean you can't get to the shops?
Well, I have no car, so I can't drive to the shops to get the groceries. The same goes for taking Brandon to school and doing anything else outside of the house, really.
But you can use the buses, can't you? You did for ages. Why can't you use them now?
Well, I'd love to, but you see, the bus routes have changed. Not to mention they're on strike for the next few days. Or was it weeks? Well, it doesn't make a difference considering they no longer swing by the stops I'd usually get off at.
What do you mean they've changed the stops?
Exactly what I said. They no longer go the route to the shops. The closest stop is about 30 minutes away on foot. The same is for Brandon's school. And both me and Brandon don't feel comfortable walking all by ourselves in the early morning to get the bus. I mean, it takes an hour just to get to the closest stop, and another 30 minutes on top, and we'd have to leave the house at 7:30 to get to school on time.
But that's ridiculous.
I know, that's exactly what I thought. So because we don't have a car, me and Brandon will just have to stay home.
Can't you get a taxi?
Every day, twice a day. Do you know how much that would cost?
Okay, so you can't do that.
Nope. If only I had a car so that I could complete these errands. Oh well, we don't have the money to buy a second car.
I can see what you're doing, and it's not gonna work.
What's not going to work?
You're trying to guilt trip me because I made you give your car to my mom.
I would do no such thing.
Yeah, look, I get it, okay? I'll try and get the car back off of her so we can go back to a normal routine. I don't like the fact that we've got no food and Brandon's not at school, so obviously we need to rectify this, and if the bus and taxis are out, then the only other option is to get the car back.
Well, what a great idea.
Please, I'm sorry, okay? Please stop being so sarcastic. I messed up. I shouldn't have let my mom manipulate me like she did. I should have stood up for you.
Look, I'm not going to say that everything is okay, because it's not. You siding with your mom like that really hurt me, and it broke my trust in you. If we want to be a strong couple, we need to stand together, through thick and thin. I still love you even though you can be a pain in the backside. So I'm willing to try going to couples therapy with you.
Okay, I'm willing to try. For you.
Thank you. Now go and get our car so I can get some food. I'm starving.
Yes, ma'am.
Just like we promised, me and Mark went to couples therapy to try and work through our problems together. It was a lot of hard work, but we eventually discovered that most of our problems stem from one person, Mark's mother. After discovering that, we both promised to be a strong front when dealing with her, and so far, it's worked out great. We are much happier now that she isn't controlling our relationship. Even though what Mark did was wrong, sometimes it's better to work through your problems together and not to give up on the relationship, especially if you still love the person.